Good morning. Sorry about the noise, but there we go. Hope everybody's doing well. I am Darkpool Algo, and I'm really trying to find the best time to stream, considering I'm in Pacific Standard Time. Excuse me. And the East Coast is 3 hours ahead of me now. So, trying to find the best time to do the things. Let's put some lights on here. Whoa, that's bright. That's fine, I guess. Nothing like staring into a light bulb all day. So let's see. All right. I'm going to try this time of day, right, which is 8 o'clock Eastern. It's about 30 minutes before I used to normally do it. So it's not going to mess my schedule up too much, hopefully. But yeah, we got a lot to cover today. There is quite a bit of things to cover, and let me just get some stuff posted here. Yeah, some stuff posted. Snapchat was a pretty decent play yesterday. Burpity burpity burp. All right. Good morning, y'all. Does this time work better? Because I think I can get away with just starting half an hour earlier. What I don't want to have to do is rush through the morning stream. There's I was thinking about it yesterday. I was like, I can either start streaming at 4:30 Pacific Standard Time, which means I get up at 3:30, which means I go to bed at before my kids, or I try to find a good compromise. So I think that's what we're gonna use. And dang it, that sucks. I had this really cool thing. Small work. Might have to go tiny. Ooh, that's gonna be interesting. I have a new tool. It is the quant tool, quant levels, and the daily doesn't show on the daily. That can't be right. Oh, that's right. I don't want it to show on. Well, I do want it to show on the daily. All right. All right. Quant tools. It's a new tool from Simpler, and it's great for support resistance. It's got a lot to do with machine trading. So it's pretty cool. And then these Hft candles are something new that I'm test driving. I love the concept of it. What it does is it ghosts builds candles at a higher time frame. So if I drop this down to a 195-minute chart, right, which is what, 3 hours, you get two of these. I think it's two of these candles per day, or three. I can't remember. 195. Anyway, you get an exact even amount of candles. But what it does is it plots the future. Oh, maybe it only works on the 4 hour. Yeah, it plots what higher time frame candles should have been, right? So this is like a daily doji, right? Auto time frame, open close, shifted, right? Anyway, it's a pretty cool little deal. It shows what smaller time frame candles build into being a bigger one. Like for Apple, like this is right 3 down. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Let me get Get something set up here. Right. Apple price action. We're chilling down here. I think Apple lows 149, 147, 686. I don't think we hit much lower than that. And for highs, we do 153, 155. Would be kind of pushing it for Apple. Anyway, now this looks way different on a bigger screen. I like that 195-minute chart. There we go. Apple can go down to 149.46 or 147. I don't think it gets much lower than that. That'd be pushing a bunch of stuff. All right, let's get into it, shall we? I meant to send that message, and we are off. PayPal is flat. SentinelOne, which I used to work for that company, SentinelOne announced it's entered into a definitive agreement to acquire TiVo Networks, an identity security and lateral movement protection company, for $616 million. Yeah, they paid really good. SentinelOne's looking like it's trying to recover. I'm looking for a move to 31. I can't believe it's only $29. It's crazy. 31, possibly no more than like 33, right? Big old long-term slingshot squeeze sitting up right there. Massive one. Massive. This could be a fun one. I think it's 29, right? 29 is a pretty decent level of support. 29 to 30, 30 to 31, 35, 21 EMA on the two. What is that, a 2-hour chart? What? Jacking my stuff up here. Right, there we go. Much better. Let's see what the 4-hour looks like. Yep. So if it can maintain its support at 29, what is it? 29.50. What's it trade at? 29. Yeah, 29.15. And a dollar increment on the way up. It's looking good for reversal. GitLab. Oh, check this out. U.S. listed Chinese stocks extend declines on listed uncertainties. COVID surge in cases that shut down some provinces and strict government regulatory actions. Baba. Shares are down 67%. Can you believe that? Baba, 67%. And she's 72. How low can it go? I remember I said it can't go to zero. Maybe it can. Dead cat bounce setting up here. Any rallies to 84, let's just call it 85 to 90, right? I was wondering why my stuff was looking weird, right? It's like there's 85 and that's 98. I need to put this on auto, right? I think that's what I need to do. Yeah, there we go. So it did gap down. I'd look for it to reclaim that gap after it finds a bottom, right? I don't know if it's done falling down. I'm bonking its head yet. So, geez. Baidu's down 60%. Gee, make crickets. Right? People are gonna try to buy the dip on these, right? Try to dead cat bounce them. JD came up on the scan this week. It almost made the watch list. Neo is down 31%. No way. Are you serious? Wow, I didn't realize Neo was a $13 stock now. Ooh, I'm buying some of that. I am buying some of that. It will recover, right? When it does, your $1,300 investment could become a $5,000 investment real quick. All right, so I'm gonna be looking for that's crazy. What's JD trading at? Okay. Ooh. Delta and United Airlines both have news. Delta is raising its March quarter revenue outlook to 78% recovered versus 2019 and said it's well positioned to recapture higher fuel prices. It's a nice move of pre-market. It's a pretty decent move there. So Delta, I like Delta today, right? Got MACD crossing over. Got some slingshot squeezes happening. You got Ready and Fire cracking off. And we cleared the 34. We are now officially in the daily cloud. Big daily cloud. Right. So with Delta, let's look at how this plays out, shall we? Any sort of a rip to 34.75, pulling back, right? Holding the 33.75, $34 level, right? Squeeze setting up to be released today on that. We can see a move to 38, 38.70, 39.50, right? Those are pretty decent moves up. The chain, let's go Delta. I like Delta today. Long. Delta long. Down long on pullbacks. Okay. I just have to keep notes. United Airlines also is expecting their Q1 cash to increase about 18% versus 2019. Look at that. That's support right there. Rip, 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 dip and rip, dip and rip. Delta or United Airlines, however, above 37.75, 41, 43.65, and then 46. 46 going to be, it will be pushing it, and there will be a pullback at some point. So don't just jump in and be like, Darko Algo said go long. But look at this. Let's just say that this is the move there, something like that, right? I like it. On pullbacks, don't be scared. There's gonna be a pullback, right? Does it rip to the 50 and then pull back to support? Pretty easy peasy lemon squeezy. So Delta, also looks solid. Okay. If I've learned that if I don't start writing these, giving myself some notes, then guess what? I end up at the open not knowing what to do, standing there going derpity derp. Coop software, right? End of the day at 92, open the day at 60. That's a big A drop, right? Shares are down 18%. EPS at 19-cent gain versus 5 cents. Q4 revenues at 193 versus 185. They guided their Q1 EPS at 3 to 6 cents versus 5 cents. Sees revenues at 189 versus 196. See year-end revenues 836 to 840 versus 877. So the only thing that happened with these guys is they said, hey, this year we're going to make about 30 million less. And you know what happened? Any excuse to drop it. Imagine closing at 92.50, waking up in the morning and your stock is $30 less per share. Dead cat bounce, dead cat bounce. All right. Either we get just a rally back up towards that, right? Recoup some of this move back and then set up for a larger move to the downside, or we just recover, right? Let's see what the old flow index has to say about Coop. Coop, 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 Doop. Look at that. What is smart money thinking about this? Because somebody always knows something, right? Somebody always knows something. Someone knows something about this stock, right? They know that you cannot You know what movie I'm excited to come see when it comes out? That new Top Gun. Yo, it's gonna be fire. All right, there it is. If it can get out of that range, and we've got bullish divergence. Dark pool supports at 80, or regular blocks at 89.82, right? Which is where it closed. See that? 89.82. 89.82. Coinkydink? I don't think so. Right? And that was down from yesterday's highs of 101. So you got cut in half. Yeah, there's an opportunity there somewhere. I will be looking to get into that. Looks solid. Coop. Dead cat. All right. In healthcare, you know who's not showing up in healthcare, but's been doing really well? The bane of my existence, this POS. Right? I was telling people to short it here yesterday. That would be a nice little $20 short. Go me. Bull flag forming on the 4 hour. Let's see, we ripped up to hit the daily, came back down, didn't quite hit the daily bottom or daily mid. We may have that may be the daily mid retracement on Thinkorswim, but since then, nice little bit of a recovery coming up. I would look for 153.63 to hold. That holds. We got a daily top 153. Excuse me, 153.75. Move up to test the 50-day on the 4 hour at that 160. Let's call it 160, 167, 168. Retest previous highs. Right. Contrarian. Right. Last time we hit this, we don't like this level. 160 is kind of an issue, right? There's probably not a lot of liquidity left up here, but last time we hit it, we dipped. We hit it, pulled back. This looks a lot more healthy, right? Let's see what the old quants have to say about Moderna. The old quant levels, right? Moderna is definitely, wow. Voodoo lines kicked in. Can y'all see that? Does that make sense? Can you see what I'm talking about there? Fire, isn't it? Let's get super zoomed in here. All right. What I'm not gonna need is, wow. I think that's a little easier to read, right? I mean, the computer programs are not defending these highs, right? They are they're not stepping in to buy. So weekly, I just gotta. That is the weekly. Where's my daily? So there's just a lot of support down here, right? All right, Moderna on the wedge breakout. 160. It's crazy. Hold on. $178. 9 or 179. Super chop. I know it's really hard to read these charts. I'm trying to find a better way. Moderna long above 152, 154.50 move, right? There is this guy right here we got to be aware of, right? So Moderna wedge breakout. What happened? I know I'm not supposed to be trading Moderna, but I mean, setup is a setup, right? So long, I would say long above 154 is a safe move, right? I'd set an alert at 152, right? Look to get above long above 154. There's, I mean, you could play the move up to 154. It would be busting out of that little wedge, right? But this magnet at 150 at 160, right? First target 160, target 2, 166. Above that, I don't know how much higher you're going to get unless there's no squeezes that would explode. 195-minute squeeze getting ready to set up, right? There is a magnet up here, but unfortunately this sucks for streaming because I can't give you the data I need unless I went full 4K. I'll post screenshots on this because I gotta do one of these, right? Expand my screen so that I can see what's going on. Y'all can't know, right? 1, 2, 3, yeah. So 1, 1, 2, 3. The 4 didn't cross down below the top of the 2, so this could be the 4th pullback. We'd ride the 5th wave up, okay? 5th wave up could possibly be 178. Okay, I like Moderna. Hate to say it though. Long squeeze. All right, moving on. A jury finds CareDx, CDNA, and Natera engaged in false advertising, and Natera continues to pursue its own patent enforcement against CareDx. Final monetary relief, if any, remains to be decided by the court. All right, Discover Financial's credit card delinquency rate 1.1% in February. Right, that's pretty decent. Versus 1.07% at the end of January. It's trying to make a little bit of a recovery, right? This is a pretty easy play. A little 1, 2, 3 Wu-Tang reversal, long above 110, long above 111 for a move to 116, right? That would be for our bottom, or excuse me, for our top breakout to daily mid, weekly mid 116, right? Above that, we've got 50 and 200-day coming in at 118, 120 respectively, and then ultimate target would be 123, 124. DFS looks good, right? I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. So that makes me think that all these stupid financial stocks, Capital One, probably making some moves. Gosh, that's the move. Missed it like a biscuit. February domestic credit card net charge-offs 2.19% versus 2.3 in January. So they're in a little worse shape, right? Also couldn't overtake the 34, couldn't get out of the 4-hour top. If you wanted to wait till they got above 136 for a move to 143, 148 on Capital One. So in oil prices are extending their recent declines, with crude dropping below $100 per barrel after hitting 14-year highs last week, topping 130 a barrel. Watch shares of Chevron, Zoom, Oxy, and COP. Oxy's probably got the most liquidity in it, right? The most him and Han and people doing things. When you crack down below that 34, oh, get back here, sucker. Where's my futures? Why isn't stupid chart loading? So lame. Pissing me off. Making me mad. Alright, we need that one. No. Traded some futures yesterday. Did alright. Notice how those little green lines, right? They're in there. Right? 4-hour bottom. If we break below 51, we're going to see 47.50, 44.50, possibly back down to 40. Let's go on big old rounded. Oh, this is gorgeous. So let's look at Oxy to Oxy below. How low can you go? Below 52. 50 is obviously psychological. And then 47. Oxy below 52. See decline. All right. Jeez, NQ, can you wait for anybody much? Or you just, gosh, look at the futures just ripping faces off today. 1 second. Interesting. All right, get that data loaded. Ooh. Real quick, let's check in on the futures just for giggles. Okay. I apologize. I am so far behind on stuff right now. Yeah, big pops. Call me Big Papa. There we go. I love when you call me Big Papa. Coming up to some key levels, right? Some key levels. Look at that. NQ. Oh my God, it's gonna rip today. Oh, I'm so glad I went long on Tesla and Nvidia yesterday. It needs to slow down just a little. Oh, we probably missed some news, didn't we? Damn it. My bad. I gotta kick it in high gear. PMI coming out right now. All right, 8:30 Eastern. Oh, it came out. Lower PB. Ooh, that's not so good. How's the market going to digest that? Well, oh, it's that fake rip. No. It's the fake rip. The fake rip to dip. All right, I got to hurry. Chevron, and speaking of oil and gas, Chevron is preparing to take operating control of its joint ventures in Venezuela if the Biden administration relaxes sanctions on the country to increase crude supplies after banning Russian oil imports, right? Not all oil is good oil. This is not good oil. Chevron below 158, it sees 149, 145, 140. Okay. All right. Tesla. Ooh. Tesla raised its prices in China again and the United States for a second time in less than a week after Elon Musk said that the carmaker was facing significant inflationary pressure in raw materials and logistics. Damn it, Tesla. Why, Tesla? Why did you have to do that? Tesla is on struggle bus. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. Tesla's going to get stuffed at 850, okay? I got the 900 calls. I don't think it'll get there. It's going to get stuffed at 850, even if it has a rally, the rally to end all rallies. There's just too much overhead for Tesla to deal with, right? Fire line 791, right? Smack into 791. If it gets through that and goes tree line magnet, right? 820, but I think the path to the downside is just as, oh, what's this tweezer bottom happening on Tesla? Dang it, I'm bearish on Tesla. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. Should have looked. Possible double bottom or a falling. So Tesla above 780 goes 800. Right? It came down, touched. So computers came in and started buying here. I don't know if they're going to defend it at 800. But this fire line at 790 looks like a good target for Tesla. All right. In world news, Chinese February retail sales beat at 6.7% versus 3%, and the majority of economists see a 25 BPS rise in rates from the DOE this Thursday. Inflation to peak at 7.7% next quarter versus previous expectations of 6.6%. And National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan and China's top diplomat met for 7 hours in Rome on Monday as the U.S. grows concern over Chinese involvement in the conflict in Ukraine. Absolutely. All right. Earnings after the close. Nothing really that we would trade. Sentinel One. Remember, they had news, right? They announced that they have entered into a partnership, and they have earnings today. Do you think they're trying to double dip? Right? I think they are. So PPI for everything just came out, and the market is reacting well to that. Okay. And then finally, as an overview, several factors continue to weigh on investor minds heading into today's trading day, including interest rates as FOMC kicks off its 2-day meeting with decision to raise rates 25 basis points widely expected tomorrow. There's also COVID concerns overnight as China reported 3,500 new local COVID cases. And 1,768 local new cases. So, okay, I'm a little concerned about that. So China is on Russia's side, but they're locking everybody down. Do you think that that's martial law? Or do you think it's really COVID related? Time to get the tinfoil hats out on that one, right? Seriously, putting key manufacturing city on lockdown. U.S. stocks did not like headline site yesterday after reports the U.S. told allies that China signals its willingness to provide military assistance to Russia, according to officials. What the what? China's got the world's largest army. You don't want to screw with China. For real. Communication used was not specific about the level or timing. Meanwhile, in Ukraine, along with other media outlets, Reuters said an advisor to the president said that war is unlikely to be over by early May when Russia runs out of resources to attack. Nope. He also suggested a peace deal may be struck, though the exact timing would depend on how much resources the Kremlins are willing to commit to the campaign. Bond yields took a breather after surging all day Monday. Bond market is down 7.5% of its high, and the largest correction we've seen in 25 years. Yes, 2, 3, 5, 10, 30-year Treasury yields all closed at their highest level since 2019 Wednesday, and Wednesday's FOMC rate hike is fully priced in, and the market is now expecting 6 to 7 additional hikes by the end of the year. Note, coming in today, the S&P 500, Nasdaq are down the last 3 days, 7 out of the last 8. Nasdaq comp is at 15-month lows, down 20% year over year and 21% from its November 21 record close. Oil's down again, and WTI and Brent are both down 5%. In Asian markets, Chinese stocks slumped to close at 1-month lows despite better than retail and industrial production data. Yes, China's PBOC injected liquidity as a net total of 100 billion won were injected via the midterm lending facility, but failed to cut the 2.8 lending rate as many had expected. Okay, what did I just say there? We're doing the same thing here. So remember when the last couple of years where the Fed was the printer went brrr, right? Well, the Chinese printer just went brrr, right? But it wasn't enough to cut the lending rate as it had expected. So China's stocks are like, they're in turmoil, like way worse than we are right now. Okay. Asian markets got punished overnight as the Nikkei index edged higher at 0.15%. Shanghai fell almost 5%. That's crazy. Hang Seng was down 5.7%, and that was all led by an 8% decline in the tech index. Okay. In Europe, the DAX and FTSE are both down over 1%. Okay, and so, all right, let's do this real quick. Let's get through these futures so that we can get into the plays. All right, let's get into the plays. I miss hanging out with that dude. All right. Yes, there's a lot more colors to my chart. What happened? Let's check it out, because we have to modify some of our fib levels now, right? Because we made a new low yesterday. So this fib, well, that's invalid, right? This fib level is now invalid, right? This fib level here is now invalid, right? But what we did was quarterly pivot. We touched, what's that? That's not a trend line I did, is it? Okay, that is a voodoo line. Okay, so fire line, right? That's pretty significant support, right? This green down here is the quarterly bottom, right? So pretty decent support. If I had drawn my little things a little bit lower, right? I think we're lining up coming into tomorrow. If we have a down day today, right? That would be an explosive move up. Do we rip down or do we pop up today, right? And then use this as a stepping off point, okay? So I'm looking at key levels here. $42.07, above $42.07, 42.68 for the week, okay? If we get down below 41.63, new low, possible fire line magnet of 4100, okay? How low can you go? I've got a low at 40.60, right? That's my potential big time low. I think that this may come in tomorrow. Big dip, right? Maybe nice little move up today for a big old wick candle tomorrow. See this one? Wick down, big old wick down tomorrow, big old wick down and bounce. Let's go. Let's hopefully that's the ticket. That's the ticket. All right, nice little bounce off this tree line, right? Also off of the weekly, yes, weekly pivot, right? Bounced right off of it. Like machines come in and start, defending this area. So we would have a retracement to the mean 4,200, which would also be a rally up to the 21 day. So we can get above the 21, This is not a valid. Let me get that out of the way. Right. Rally to the 21. So above this mogul line or the skyline, we go skyline to skyline. So 42.16, resistance of 42.50 above that. Right. A little wicks up to 42.70. Right. That could potentially be a decent move. Okay. We're breaking it down to the 30-minute so that we can see what's happening currently. Right. Daily mid. So like I said, machines going to come in around 42.20. Right. 42.15, 42.20. Look at that. Right at that 200-day. 42.25. I don't. Yeah. I think we could get there. Yeah, I like it. So support's going to be at support's going to be at 41.75-esque, right? 41.80 in that little area there. Magnet up. Okay, that's the old S&P 500. Let's check out the QQQ, or let's check out Nasdaq, shall we? The Nasdaq is on fire. Okay, made a new low. I can remove all of our fib levels because they're invalidated. That's BS. Let's get that sucker out of the way. And what do? We traded down out of our little demand zone, right? That failed. Little dippity dip. We have magnet at 12.863, right? To the downside. 13.466 to the upside off that daily move, right? Bringing it down to the 4-hour. I don't like this. Oh man, that's irritating. Dang it. Check it, yo. This is so irritating. Do you see what I see? All right. If we can break out of this broadening pattern, right, this big giant megaphone, right, that we're at the top now. So maybe, oh, that would suck. If we open on the low, right, so if this next 4-hour candle is a pullback, then we can rip throughout the day. So longs out of 13.237, resistance, we're going to magnet the snow line, 13.466. It'd be a rally to the 21 and the 50, right? Do we get a rip like this, right? So upside targets include 13,500 area, right? 500 and give or take 20 points on that, okay? So if we went down a little bit lower, right? Y'all see that? You would have thought, yay, we're gonna rip, right? Very possibly could, but we got to break out of this, right? We got to rally to 13,432 above that, right? We test previous highs. There's some resistance up here. But in Q, we need a ripper day today. My pocketbook needs a ripper day today. How are we doing on time? All right, I gotta hurry up. All right. Remember the real, dilly dally daily Dow, right? Dip down, touched. We're trying to make that move on these. Get rid of all these fib levels that are no longer valid, right? If we ran, let's just say skyline to skyline, right? So retesting the 50-day, 33.109, right? Above that, then I think we come up and retest this fire line, 33.602. However, another one of these, right? Watch that overhead resistance. It can be a killer. It can be killer. All right. This is a nice move pre-market, y'all. All right, we've got that 200-day right at the top of that resistance. If we can clear that, so above 33,100, I'm just gonna, or 33,000. 50, 33,050, a break above that, and a close above it gives us a nice move up. Look, we got a potential Elliott wave move happening here, right? So don't sleep on the dilly-dally daily Dow, right? It's a nice little Elliott wave move up, right? That's gorgeous. It all depends on getting above this 30-minute 200 SMA. Okay, moving on to your favorite small cap, Russell, and it's made a new low. Let's get rid of all these fib levels because they're no longer valid. No longer valid. All gone. So hopefully this is a doji right off of this snow line. Snow lines are mega powerful, so we're tree lines, right? So we're looking for a rally up to test the 21-day or the 21 EMA. So 2010 move there. It looks like they're what I like about the Russell is that it reminds me of like my childhood, right? Get back into the 1990s, right? Things are good. All right, 2011, great year. So big move expected, right? 50-day trend line. Everything is going to culminate at this point here, okay? Looking at the 4-hour. Not super thrilled about this little megaphone pattern that's forming either, right? So Skyline 1961, 21-day 1980, okay? I think this is, yeah, it's 2000 or let's see, 1991 magnet, but it's gonna take quite a bit to get there. Okay, I don't know if there's gonna be enough money available to do that move, right? All right, check it. For quant study, what analysis periods are you using for the 30-minute? Yes, the 30-minute. I'm using the weekly and daily. All right. So remember I said if we break the 21, we could easily pull back to the 50. We broke the, so excuse me, yesterday we broke the 382, right? So we closed, I think, oh no, we gapped down, my bad. So gap down below the 21 or the 30, the 382 retracement. Seeing if the 21 EMA holds on the daily. If it fails, right, then we would retest previous lows or support levels, 1900. Right, big old fade. That's nasty. Faded all day yesterday. Couldn't on the 4-hour. Couldn't maintain the 382. We're still coming down. We've got this 1890 target. Right. So gold 1890 target. I'm not. It is what it is on that. Not much more we can do about it. Look at this little dippity dip on crude. Remember I said we're pulling back. We failed 618 and the 382 yesterday. Looks a little bit easier to see on this 4-hour where we gave up the ghost here, right? Came back down. We tested this gap zone. It didn't fill the gap, right? We still have a little bit more to the downside to fill the gap and try to find some support. However, that's a big old head and shoulders. I said, and there's the neckline. We'll rip it down. I don't think, this is just an easy peasy move to the downside. So keep a track on gold because yes, it's downtrending, right? But it's pretty significant support levels here. Okay. And finally, ZB bonds, right? They were like, oh crap. All right. So big move pre-market, tree line, right? Or snow line. Previous low magnet, dip down. I don't want to see TLT do an LA wave move today. It would not be good for the ES. Up and down, up and down, up and down, right? That would be really, really bad. I would like to see possible possible corrective. Something like that. Okay. And then finally, the one and only goes bye-bye. Super chop. All right, 4 hour. Let's look at the 30-minute. The one is made a high, made a higher low. Still to make a higher high, but it's making higher lows. So wedge can't get above its 50-day 21, right? Which is as long as this is downtrending, right? We're happy. Okay. All right, that is it for thoughts futures. Real quick, just final little check-in on the ES. Let's go ES 30-minute. Looks pretty good. Like I said, Elliott wave possible setup for today. All right, we're looking at that. I'd like to see this move take place here. This would be nice and easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? Except for that 3 would probably want to be one of these, right? Because it's got to be longer than I know I'm asking for a lot here. Yes, I am, but bear with me. I think that looks pretty close. So this quant level here, that's 2. That's a high 2 at 42.50 on the daily, right? And my opens right here at 41.70. So we dip down towards, I think this is the weekly L1. So weekly L1, daily mid, right? Daily open. I think we moved to weekly mid or weekly mean. There's a lot of there's a lot of confluence way up here at this 42, 42.68. Okay. All right. I am going to do the flow trade stuff and then we got to go. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Johnny, Terry, Michael, Serenity. All right. So we're looking at Cat, Target, Wheat, Apple, Car, Nvidia, and all right. Well, we can do those really quickly. Cat, Target, Wheat, Apple. Okay. All right. Caterpillar. All right. What do we see? There's bearish divergence, right? Bearish divergence to 179. Right, divergence here. Right, there's a nice little gap that's got to be filled up there, right? And the flow index has been net selling, so micro divergences have played out, right? Some of these little divergences played out. The longer term move has us pulling back to, let's just call it 200, right? The flow index is currently making, that's an ugly chart. Highs, I think there's going to be some rotation out of cat, but right, you have to just play what's in front of you, and I would watch for that breakout. If it happens, then it'll move with price, but there is a longer term divergence that has to play out on cat. Okay, no block trades in the last 4 days. Target, right, then they're net selling out of their position in Target after that good earnings, right? So this is the flow index trading with price. It's not like there's big divergence, right? If you're looking for longs on target, I don't think I can help you out because I don't think it can go very long. I think there's short that we can get little pops. We have a regular block at 216, dark at 214.76. Break out of this wedge, right? Break out of that wedge. I think we can get short little pops to that. But look, let's not forget there's a big, giant, massive gap that needs to be filled. Right, so short below 207, move back down to 200. Flow index is supporting that move because they're net selling out of that position. Okay. All right. Next up is wheat. I'm not sure what wheat does or is, but if you're trying to catch, a move on something that probably doesn't get a whole lot of liquidity and it's just popping, this looks like AMC. Yes, wheat is a commodity. I don't know what this ticker does, but they are taking their profits, right? They are net selling. There is a potential, like whenever you get that little, I don't know, kind of pattern right here. I've been trying to study that one a little bit, but I'm not seeing, like, I don't trust it, right? To me, it looks like smack your head, smack your head, smack your head, smack your head, give up the ghost. Okay, so we do have trend line did fill the gap. There's more gaps down here to fill, right? Regular block at 10, or yeah, regular block at 10, regular block at 10.13. So below 10, we get a flush to 985. Below that, I think we gap fill back down to 8.50. This stock is probably about a $6 stock. Okay, all right. Apple net selling, right? I'm just telling you they're still pushing. Right, they're still net selling Apple with its this broadening pattern, right? Bearish. Okay, so I would wait till Apple starts closing above 152, right? Then we get that 52 to 40, 54, 55, 56, and we can start filling some of this back testing. This is a pretty dang significant wedge, right? Look at that. Right, so if we break this bottom support, I think Apple 147, 140, I think 147.50 is the support level I had for it. And then, right, white line at 152.62. New trading zone starts 153, runs to 154-ish. But there's no bullish divergence on Apple. So again, I'm looking at like Tesla and Nvidia for longs, right? I mean, very, very similar patterns here. Net selling, right? They're getting out of their positions, but you start seeing a little bit of curling around on both, right? I'm long on both of these because I'm a glutton for punishment and getting in at really, really precise levels. But the flow index is trading with price right now, right? Pretty much 1-to-1. You see that? Trading with price. Like, really, Tesla will launch above 771 to 780. White line at 795. I have 790 on another chart as the overhead resistance for Tesla. We have a dark pool at 213, regular block at 216, another dark at 221. Those are your magnets to the upside, right? Flow index is starting to curl around on Nvidia. It looks a little bit more bullish than Tesla. And finally, car, because I do have to run. I've got to give myself enough time to be prepared. Car, this is a gorgeous move. So this is compression, consolidation, divergence played out, right? They're just going to need to be a pullback. 213.14 has got to be your support. You break down below that, and then you form this big old birdie finger. 205 support below that. We make a pretty significant quick back test, right? 195 is the mean. All right, I gotta run. Thanks for joining me. I am Darko Algo. I'm here every morning. I'm gonna start trying to do it at 8 Eastern Standard Time. Let's see how well that works. If I can actually get going. Let me show you this move on Tesla that I'm expecting. Okay. So the daily, right? We came down. We tested L1 mogul line or skyline. Double tested this both skylines. We're chilling at a snow line right now, right? 765 up to the mean, right? 780, and then fire line up here at 791. That's where I'm thinking we hit that overhead resistance, right? I think we can get that move up, smack into it. I think L1 is 802 on Tesla. Yeah, so it dipped down to L1, right? It's coming back up to the mean. H1 is at 801, or excuse me, 802. And then H2 on the daily is they're 823, okay? Which is also skyline. H1 of the weekly. So pretty decent move getting ready for Tesla. All right, I gotta go. I will see y'all tomorrow, and I will also Tesla and